why I need a DMO, and maybe you do too. Three things that I know make me need a daily method of operation to keep me consistent, to do what I need to do to build my business, and to have peace of mind. And I will go into all of that just as soon as I introduce myself to you. I'm Connie Suarez. I'm a network marketing mentor. My passion is to help hardworking network marketers who feel stuck with strategies that aren't authentic with you, just like I was struggling for many years. I want to help you help your team cross stage. And so let's dive into one of the things that I know helps me stay on track. That's a DMO, a daily method of operation. And for that matter, I need WMOs and MMOs, monthly methods of operation, weekly methods of operation. We won't go into that. I think that I will probably talk too long on just the daily method of operation. But I need those because if I don't have it written down, in fact it is in my calendar, then I won't stay consistent. I have ADD, self-diagnosed, but my mind is all over the place. And so I need something to keep me on track. And in fact, I need monthly strategy sessions with a mentor to make sure that I am staying on track. Even with a DMO, I can just go off on rabbit trails. If you've heard me talk for very long, you've seen me go on those rabbit trails. But I've got an outline in front of me. You'll see me looking over at it. And so that keeps me on track, and so does the DMO. My DMO contains activities that help me build my business. And you know what? When I have a DMO and I follow it, then I know when I've done what I need to do for the day. Back in the old school days, it was drilled into us that you needed to spend every waking free moment making phone calls. You've made your list, and now you've just got to call everybody. And I couldn't do that. I only had so much emotional energy in my emotion tank to be drained by those phone calls. So at the end of the day, I usually felt guilty. Now that I do my DMO, when I'm done, guilt-free. So what is my DMO? And maybe this will work for you and maybe it won't. If you want to have a complimentary mentor call with me, I'd be glad to chat with you and help you formulate your specific DMO. But there are three things in my DMO. Engaging with my community is at the top of the list. And it is something that I have, thanks to my mentor, found a way to get past it. But I was having a hard time with this engaging with people on internet. And I think why I was having a struggle with that was that it was feeling a little bit like the phone calls that I had to make. And especially when you go into Facebook or whatever social media platform you're on, it can feel like you're just having to call one stranger after another, right? The only good thing about engaging on social media is that there isn't the rejection that we got when we had to make phone calls. I want to When I engage, there are several things that it does for me. It identifies to my social media platform algorithm. I use words like that to make people think I know what I'm doing. it helps my social media platform know who I want in my community. When I am engaging on my social media platform, if I am going to, somebody has liked, reacted to several of my posts, I'm going to go to their page and I'm going to react to one of their posts. I'm going to comment and I'm going to let them know I showed up. And it establishes with them our connection, that I've recognized them out there on the World Wide Web, and I'm commenting. Now, here is one rule that I have. They have to have posts that are not obsessing about controversial issues, politics. If somebody, all they're doing is posting lost dog pictures, I'm a dog lover. I can relate to people that are missing their dogs. But if that's all they're posting, then they're not really a fit for me. And so I don't comment on them. So I identify who I want in my community by actions and inactions. Engaging in my community makes me be a giver, not a taker. And that makes me feel good. That's a fulfilling feeling when you are identifying yourself to yourself, that you are giving, you're not taking. And that's because it practices the golden rule. The golden rule, whether you embrace Bible or not, it says, and Jesus said, in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. That's just a good rule, whether you believe the Bible or not. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And so by going out and engaging with people on their posts, we are practicing the golden rule. And that just makes you feel good. And when you're doing something that makes you feel good, isn't that, I mean, that's a boost to the rest of your day, isn't it? So that's my first part in the DMO. And for me, I break it up. I do 15 minutes at the beginning of my workday. I start at 9, and from 9 to 9:15, I do that. And then for about 15 minutes in the afternoon and 15 minutes in the evening, I do the same thing. I'm just staying active, not all day long. I don't have to be on social media all day long, but I just show up and I react to people that are coming to my page and reacting to what I've posted. And I'm seeking out people that I would like to help and perhaps even partner with. So the next action in my DMO is I give it more time. I manage and create content. And I don't know that everybody likes creating content like I do, but I like going to Canva and creating graphics. I go to Brainy Quote often and get quotes from them. If there's a topic I want, I type in the topic, or maybe I just take the daily quote of the day. And so I then will take that quote into Canva and create some kind of a picture to go with it. And I like creating those things. But I also like to write. I am a writer. I've actually been paid as a journalist for periodical, I think it was weekly. And I may not look like the farmer type because I'm not, but I wrote for the Ag Journal. Ag is short for agriculture. And in several state region, based out of southeastern Colorado, is a magazine, a newspaper, a weekly newspaper called the Ag Journal. And when I was approached by their editor asking me to do special features. I said, I don't know anything about agriculture. They said, that's okay. You just have to interview people and do a profile on them. So I did that for a couple of years. And I put more time into it than I was really reimbursed for. But I love writing. And it's like that 2 years was very interesting for me because I was meeting people that were fascinating. And I got to know more about subjects that I didn't know anything about. And so we can do that with creating our content. And we have a great tool now in AI. I'm not going to go into how to use that. But if that's something you'd like more information, just type AI in the comment below and let me know. And while I'm doing that, I should have invited you earlier to subscribe to my channel and let me know that you're watching, and then get notified by when you subscribe to the channel. There's a bell that you ring, and then you get notified when I post. So I like creating content, and I use various tools. Just do a Google search. If you have a topic that you feel like your audience would really like to know more about, say you want to give them more information on how to lose weight without crazy diets, just type that into the Google search bar and you'll get thousands of suggestions. So don't read all the thousands. Other ideas that you should be gleaning topics for are the events that you go to. A lot of the events that I have been attending have to do with building a business using social media, using the internet, using AI, artificial intelligence, and books and videos. Be always improving your mind. And so when you're creating content, here are some pointers that I use. I ask myself if my community wants or needs the information I'm going to write on. And I need to learn better how to ask myself at the beginning, is this going to capture their attention? Am I going to introduce a topic that they are really interested in? So I need to keep that always in mind, and that's something I'm still learning. I want to write with my community in the forefront of my mind. So I just have to do that. And then I'll post it to social media platforms. Right now, I post to primarily Facebook and YouTube. And then when I create a reel, and often it goes to Instagram as well. But I'm not doing anything on Instagram other than that sort of thing. And then I need to save that content for future repurposing. So I've got a less than foolproof plan going. I'm not good at organizing and filing and cleaning my house, and I love creating content. Once it's done, I'm not as good yet at saving it. But if you do that, then you can, and just one day you've got a full schedule, and so you can go back to something that was posted 1 month, 2 months, 3 months ago, and you might be able to post it as is, or it just might give you a good beginning for a new post. So save your content for future repurposing. Now, the final thing on my DMO is personal development. And personal development, to me, falls in three categories. Intellectual, that means getting the skills and the knowledge that we need to grow our business. And then emotional, we need to do things that will encourage, build our belief in ourselves, in our company, our product, what we're doing, our plan. And that usually is going to involve a mentor of some sort. If you're developing belief in yourself and your company, your upline is a good resource, hopefully. And then spiritual, we are spiritual beings, and I begin my day with, I do 3 things. I have a journal, and in it, all I do is write down 3 things I'm grateful for that morning. That probably falls under the emotional, really. Since I started doing that, it's amazing. I realize throughout the day, gratitude is just bubbling up and flowing out of me. And it makes for a much better work day. You know, when you are working at home, you have to get along with the people that are there. And in my case, it's me and my dog. And I have to be able to get along with me. So a grateful me is much easier to get along with than a discontented me. And the spiritual, after I do those 3 gratitude journal entries, I read the Bible. And I have a plan for that. And it gets me through the Bible in a year. And I've been doing that for years. Who knows how many times I've read through the Bible. And then I have a prayer time. And I have a Google Doc with my prayer prompts and my prayer requests. I start out by reminding myself, thanking God for the things He's already done. Because sometimes I have things in my life that feel overwhelming and kind of hard. And when I remember that God has already done some hard things, it gets me through. And it prepares me for my day. So that's my DMO. I wonder what you think of it. I really am curious to know what your DMO might look like. And once again, if you would like to chat with me, just comment DMO and I'll send you a link to schedule a time when you and I can spend 15 minutes talking about how your DMO should work, because a DMO will work for us. This is Connie Suarez. I'll be in touch.